If someone had told me at 20 that silence is worth 1,000 likes, I would have saved years trying to prove myself to people who never cared. The truth is, while you try to be seen, you are making yourself vulnerable in the wrong places, in front of the wrong people. Most of us grow up believing that exposure equals success. But true power? It lives in the shadows. It lives in the silent discipline, in the progress that no one sees, in the secret plan that only you know. This is not a common manual. It is a call to reinvention. An invitation to unlearn what you were taught and build a mindset strong enough to disappear when necessary and reappear as someone impossible to ignore. Exposing your life too much is like opening the door to your mind to people who don't even deserve to know where you live. Vulnerability that should be sacred becomes entertainment for those who hope to see you down. The more you show, the more fuel you give for silent judgments and subtle sabotage. The shadows are not weakness, they are shelter. Working in silence, away from prying eyes, allows you a freedom that the spotlight will never offer, to make mistakes, evolve and try again without having to justify anything to anyone. True strength grows in the dark, not in the shop window. Want real protection? Be inaccessible. Let them think you've disappeared. In the meantime, you're rebuilding yourself with self-control, developing your internal validation and sharpening your focus. When you don't owe anyone an explanation, you become dangerous. Disappearing the right way isn't disappearing because of drama, it's strategy. You retreat to rebuild yourself, away from distraction, away from pressure. That's when you get rid of what's no longer you and start preparing for what's to come. In the shadows, you work. You cultivate discipline, refine your skills, silence external voices, and listen to the only one that matters, yours. Each day is an invisible brick laid with intention, focus, and resilience. And then, the reappearance arrives. But not like before, now with presence, with structure, with a new identity. You don't come back to prove anything. Come back because you have become someone impossible to ignore. Pure strategy. Talking too much is like giving your arsenal to the enemy before the battle. Every plan told before its time loses strength, like balloons popped halfway through. Silence, on the other hand, gives you an advantage. It preserves your energy and protects your hidden progress. When an idea comes to you, don't rush to announce it, capture it. Write it down, reflect on it, and refine it. The mind that learns to contain, rather than vomit out thoughts, builds real mental power. Think like a stoic warrior, each word should be a choice, not a leak. If you are going to share something, do it with someone who respects silence as much as you do. A trusted life partner, perhaps. Other than that, maintain mystery, preserve self-control, and observe how the world responds better to what it doesn't fully understand. You can be extraordinary and still be ignored by those around you. Most people only care about you when there is something to gain. And when there isn't, they disappear. Therefore, the validation that counts is the one that comes from within, the one that no one can take away. Ask yourself often, am I proud of myself? This is the yardstick that defines a strong mind. Stop measuring your worth with the eyes of others. As long as you are attached to likes, praise and recognition, you will continue to be a puppet of applause. Want to start changing this? Do something great without telling anyone. Read an entire book, change a habit, build a project and keep it a secret. This silent self-sufficiency is the first step towards a free and unshakable life. Any plan shared before its time loses strength. It is like lighting a match in the wind. The flame may even appear, but it goes out easily. The energy that you would use to build ends up being wasted on unnecessary explanations. Protect your ideas like someone who guards a treasure map. Only talk to those who are essential for the execution, and even then, say the minimum. Secrecy guarantees freedom, autonomy, and absolute focus on action, not on approval. Start simple. The next time you have a new plan, write it down in a notebook and set a deadline. Don't tell anyone. Work in silence, with discipline, and let the results speak for you. The noise comes when it is time to reappear. Every little victory you post feeds your ego, and the ego is satisfied before the mission is complete. Showing off too much gives the false sense that you've already arrived. But the real transformation happens outside the showcase. Keep your progress where it's most valuable in practice. Are you earning more? No one needs to know. Has your body changed? Your mirror has already seen it. Keeping your achievements is keeping the mystery. It's protecting your energy from eyes that don't yet understand your journey. Want to practice this now? In the coming weeks, avoid commenting on any goals you've achieved. Record them for yourself. Feel the power of growing in silence. When you finally decide to show something, it will be impossible to ignore the greatness you have built in the shadows. Pain is part of the process, but not everyone deserves to see it. Sharing your suffering too much is like handing over your weakness on a silver platter. There are people who feed on your vulnerability, and it is not to help you, but to feel better than you. When you are going through chaos, do not run to vent to the first available shoulder. Learn to transform this pain into fuel, in silence. Write, train, work, but without needing an audience. Want a practical exercise? The next time something hurts you, go for a walk without your cell phone. Listen to an episode of a podcast that uplifts you. Make pain a laboratory of self-knowledge and self-control. Those who suffer in silence are reborn in silence and come back stronger. You will not get anywhere if you do not even know where you are going. Vague goals attract mediocre results. Be brutally specific about when, and how. Treat your goal as a contract with yourself. I want to be rich is not a goal. I want to have a net worth of 1 million by the age of 35 with monthly investments of 2,000 Brazilian reals. Yes, of course. The brain works better with direct orders. The clearer it is, the more powerful it is. Grab a notebook right now and write down your goal in great detail. Write as if you had already achieved it. This activates your mindset of achievement and reinforces your focus. A defined goal is the compass that guides your hidden progress. There is no point in having ambitious goals if your routine still seems like a minefield of distractions. Every wasted hour is a brick torn from your own evolution. If you want real transformation, your schedule needs to become your ally. Reorganize your basics of sleep, food, and work environment. Use tools like Google Calendar or Notion to plan your days. And remember, constant progress is made from small daily victories, not sporadic peaks of motivation. Choose a big goal and break it down into smaller milestones. Did you manage to read 10 pages a day? Increase it to 20. Did you do 3 workouts a week? Go to 4. The idea is to become someone who is always moving, even when no one is watching. Before you can change your life, you need to change your mindset. True progress begins with the way you think, react, and interpret the world. A mind conditioned by comparison and other people's approval will never truly be free. Train your brain to find pleasure in the process, not just in the achievement. Reading, studying, making mistakes, correcting, trying again, all of this is evolution. Want a boost? Start with the book The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg, and then dive into Mindset by Carol Dweck. Every time you feel like giving up because of other people's opinions, take a deep breath and say, I am in control. This simple phrase is a resilience trigger. Your mind can be your prison or your greatest ally in self-improvement. After so much time in the shadows, it is tempting to want to show everything. But remember, the lion does not need to roar to prove he is the king. Your transformation will be felt in your posture, your gaze, your presence, without you having to say a single word. Don't look for applause. It will come when you're not even expecting it. Strategic reappearance is silent, but powerful. And who ignored you before? They will notice. Because true evolution has a brilliance that no caption can explain. Want to practice this? When you achieve something big, stay calm. Don't post, tell, or shout. Just live it with the tranquility of someone who knows they got there because they refused to give up when no one was watching. Just because you've changed doesn't mean you have to go around revealing your new version. Mystery protects. It intrigues, strengthens, and keeps you in control of the narrative. The fewer explanations you give, the more impact you make. Avoid falling into the trap of showing everything. Keep some of your victories, habits, and gains to yourself. The more selective you are with what you share, the more powerful your presence becomes. Not everything needs to become content. Make your life a story that few can decipher. Be the person that everyone observes but no one can label. Mystery is a subtle form of self-control and one of the greatest tools for those who are constantly evolving. Getting there is not the end. It's just a sign that you're ready for the next step. Mediocrity lives in comfort, and too much comfort weakens. Constant evolution is a lifestyle, not a temporary phase. Have you achieved a goal? Celebrate it quietly and set another one. The secret is to never stop, even when you've outgrown the old version of yourself. Reinvention is not optional, it's the only way to stay relevant and sharp. Adopt the habit of reviewing your life every 90 days. Where have you improved? Where have you gotten stuck? What needs to change? Real growth requires intentionality. Those who understand this don't settle. They just adapt and move forward with more focus and resilience. Now that you know what I wish I had learned when I was 20, the question is, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to keep seeking validation and likes, or are you going to start building your inner strength in silence? Are you going to keep laying out your plans or finally protect them like a master strategist? Life doesn't change because you know more. It changes when you act differently. So, choose one of the principles you read here and put it into practice in the next 24 hours. It's that simple. Small actions with intention generate big transformations. If this content made sense to you, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. There's much more to come, and you can be sure that each new video will be another step towards your silent evolution.